I just need to make sure I'm in the screen. Yeah, we should be good here. Okay, so give me just a minute. I'm not going to start just yet because I'm a few minutes early. I wanted to make sure this is going to work. I haven't done this for a while. And so I need to open my iPad so I can see if there are any comments. And then I will chat for a little bit just so I don't start right away if there are people who pop in a few minutes. Sniff. Allergies are awesome. Now I need to find YouTube. I love when I forget what I'm doing as I'm doing it. That's super fun. Turned my volume up instead of turning my volume down. That would have been super fun. Everyone loves an echo. Hi, Lori. So I'm just gonna wait a few minutes. As I said, like to see if anyone else joins us. In case you're wondering, if you're familiar, my cat Xanthi has decided to join us. She's just sitting on the arm of the couch here, so I'm perfectly protected. Before I start, I'll just say this is for my little scrapbook store. I am going to be working on one of the challenges from the National Scrapbook Day crop, which was at the beginning of May. And I'm going to be doing challenge number 1, which was a double page sketch. That would be the actual word. And hi, Nancy. Hi, Jessica. So I'm going to change it up a bit. Basically because I am way too lazy to cut the wavy bits. So I'm thinking of doing strips of paper instead, different pattern papers, and I thought that would look cute. So I will go through what I've pulled and go ahead and get started. Hey, Gail. And just in case anyone is wondering, I will put the link to the online crop Facebook group. You still have time to enter the challenges up until the end of Monday, May 31st, 2021. So if you want to join and want to join in, you can win gift certificates to my little scrapbook store, and it's all random.org. So, but this sketch was made by Susan Engelhart, who is actually a member of the My Little Scrapbook Store Facebook group, and Michelle, the owner, had asked for submissions for just any member who wanted to submit a sketch, and one was going to be chosen to do as a challenge for the crop. So I thought that was super fun. Okay, so I'm just going to go through what I'm planning on using, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So I pulled mainly simple stories. This is Hello Today, the foam thicker stickers. So they are foam on the bottom, and then they have a thin cardstock top. I also pulled out these smaller Pink Fresh Studio mini puffy alpha stickers. Woo! And then I don't know if I'm going to use those, but we'll see. I've pulled out a couple of older items from my stash. And that is some well, these aren't older. They're older to Freckled Fawn, but they're not to me. I bought them as part of a Black Friday sale. Some labels and some chipboard. Okay, we're having fun with the words tonight. Chipboard word and phrase stickers. I also found this super old flare. It says My Happy Place, and then it has a heart with a geotag. I believe, kid you not, 2 Peas in a Bucket. If you guys remember 2 Peas in a Bucket, I got that from there. So that's probably 2013. I then pulled these chevron and arrow wood veneer. These are from Studio Calico, also very old. And then another thing, this is actually from Freckled Fawn, but it's very old Freckled Fawn. And these are cork pieces with gold foil on them. More arrows. It'll make sense why I have so many arrows and the geotag and stuff like that. When I tell you, my layout is actually about my nephew and his best friend. They like to go to this place called Gillette Castle. It's not at the shore of Connecticut, but it's closer to the shore of Connecticut than where we actually live. So there's a used bookstore. Yeah, it's a really cute flare, Jessica. They have this used bookstore down by the shore called the Book Barn, and it's actually a series of buildings. And they like to go there, and then they come back, and on the way they stop at Gillette Castle and they go for like a long walk. So I've pulled out some other stuff. I have, I'm going to use white cardstock as my background, and then I pulled out, and these are from Close to My Heart. It is Glacier and Fern, and just so you know, for Close to My Heart, their cardstock is two-tone, so you've got a lighter and a darker. And so my idea with these is to map my photos with them. And then I've also pulled out the Simple Stories Hello Today, so it matches the words. And I just dumped all my embellishments because I'm a genius, I tell you, a genius. Yeah. Yes, Jessica, they very much enjoy. And then I've also pulled a little bit of Life in Quarantine, which is also from Simple Stories. And it actually matches Hello Today perfectly. I'm assuming they did that on purpose, because I think they went to release this and then COVID happened, so they kind of released this to go with that, to kind of tie in things. So Hello Today is really interesting because on one side of every single piece of paper, it's all cut aparts. So it's really great if you do Project Life, but it's also really great if you just use 3x4 cards to do things like trim them out for die cuts, or for journaling or anything like that. So I pulled out this one more because I like the tone on tone of that. I also pulled out this one. I like this piece. I don't know if I'll end up using it, but I did like that piece. And I'm also a sucker for a rainbow stripe. And then I pulled out the January because these photos were taken in January. Yes, they went hiking outside in January because they're teenage. Well, my nephew is 20, but they're young adult male, and that's what they do. I also have the sticker sheet. I had bought the entire collection pack from Michelle of the Simple Stories Hello Today. I'm not 100% sure she still has this in stock, but you can always send her a Facebook message, and if she can find it, she will get it for you. I also got the foam stickers from Hello Today. From Michelle, as well as the mini puffy alpha stickers from Pink Fresh Studio. So if you're interested in any of those, you can contact Michelle. If they're not in the store, she can always try to see if she can get anything else. All right, so let's go ahead, get going. What I'm going to do first is lay out my cardstock, trim off the branding strips and get them laid out, because I always need to double check to make sure I indeed am on camera with both sheets of paper. So since I dumped half of them, I will just dump the rest of those and then move these over here. I was also very much considering inking up all the little strips of paper. Hey Pam, all the little strips of paper that I'm planning on cutting. So I wanted to do that with hickory smoke distressing. That's my go-to for inking edges. I've been out of inking edges for a while now. I just did it on the last layout I made, which if you are a follower of mine, you will not have seen yet because it still needs to be voiced over. But I hadn't done it for a while. I'd been kind of in more like the clean edge look. And then it's kind of like when you stop doing something and you forget, oh yeah, I actually really like that. So I was like, I do actually really like that. So there we go. Although if you are a member of the My Little Scrapbook Store Online Crops Facebook group, you will have seen it. It was the one I made that was make a kit and then use that kit to make a layout. So the one I made about my dog Archie, if anyone cares to look, I think that's challenge. Actually, I have no idea what challenge number that is. Use that kit to make a layout. So there we go. I found a random flare like underneath a piece of furniture when I was sweeping. It's one of the faux flares. So it's like from my Scrappy Happy place, Scrappy Happy something or other on Etsy. And so there we go. Okay. So now I think I'm going to map my photos. I do have 4 4x6s as is in the sketch. I need to trim down one of these photos. I think I'll do this one. The photo's like literally like 1/8 of an inch bigger than the page. Hey Danny, I'm glad you made it. Pam says that she thinks it's challenge number 8. So if anyone wants to take a gander, I'll have the video up. Doing this one Wednesday, so it'll probably be up Saturday. We'll see how ambitious I am. So my nephew took that selfie. I just thought it was a really nice selfie, so I went ahead and yeah, this one needs to get a little trim. A little more because I just screwed that up. Oh my gosh, we are batting 1,000 today. How you end up with a 3x4 photo. Okay, there we go. So I've got my 4 4x6s, but instead of having 3 vertical photos like are on the sketch, what I made were 6 3x4 photos. I'm doing it like there's room to have them, but they're 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 inches is the length of the paper. Let's be geniuses together. Okay, so you know, now that I think about it, I don't think I'm gonna map the photos because they go all the way to the edges. And I think her photos were smaller than 4x6 because they do have mats around them. So and because I printed them at 4x6, I can't really trim them down all that much without, I mean, I can trim some, but if I trim this one down, I lose a whole bunch. Oh, decisions. No, I think I'll just do the strips of paper. And maybe I'll mix in the cardstock with it, maybe not. One thing I'm going to do is while I'm doing that is I'm going to take these and put them off to the side because one thing I tend to do is ink up my edges and then I put those wet ink edged paper down on the white cardstock and then I end up with stripes of ink color because I'm super awesome like that. Okay. Well, I like this yellow tone on tone and I like this blue. See, I know these are the quarantine, and then I'm going to keep those in case I want to do something like use this as journaling or whatnot. But I definitely want to pull the multicolor stripe in and the tone on tone. So I think these 4, let me see what's on the other side of the papier de toilette. Ooh, the heart now. I don't think I want to do that one. I love how I have conversations with myself while I do this. And by the way, even if y'all weren't here, I would still be having a conversation with myself. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to see if I like one side better than the other. And I think I like this side better, so I'll cut on this side. And I'm going to do about 1/2 inch. So we're at 9. So we'll go, I don't know if 1/2 inch is too thick. Let me see if I do 1/4 inch. What do I feel about that? That's too thin. All right, so we'll do, yeah, I'm not doing the math on what actual measurement is, but we're halfway between 1/4 and 1/2. So I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4 of each. That's 2. There we go. I'm going to cut 4. I think I'm only going to need 3. But I'm going to cut 4 just to be on the safe side. All right. And now this one. Yeah, I think I like this top one better, so I'm gonna take it from the bottom. This is why I don't actually usually ever measure, because it takes forever and I do it very badly. Because I guarantee you a good 1/3 of these will be off and they won't line up from one paper to the next. And I'll just go, never mind, it can just be cockeyed. Because I am not going back and cutting more. I'm a big fan of just good enough. Okay. And I definitely want to take it from this side because I love this one right there. And I don't think I'll get to use it on this layout because it is just so, there's a lot of real estate here taken up by the photos and then the paper strips. I think that card will be just too much. Alrighty. Oh, I messed up a little bit. So how's everyone doing? You guys have plans for the weekend? I'm gonna finish up scrapbooking because it's going to be not warm. It's going to be a high of the low 60s. And then 2 of the days this weekend it's supposed to rain. So super fun Memorial Day weekend here in Connecticut. Yeah, that's completely off. So let me do that one again. It's so funny that I bought this collection because a lot of it is really geared towards Project Life. And I don't do Project Life at all. I don't have anything against Project Life. I took a break from scrapbooking in 2010. And then in 2013, I happened to get onto, it must have been QVC because I never watched HSN. So it's probably right before QVC didn't do craft days anymore and they switched it over to HSN. And the today's special value was, hang on, I just need to, I can't talk and measure at the same time, which is annoying. A Becky Higgins Project Life set that was, you're supposed to be able to do for a year. And then it came with, it was the first time they had 2x2 rounded squares. So before that, they didn't have 2x2. So I bought that. I thought, well, you know, I didn't want to get into the meat of scrapbooking, but I could do Project Life if you're just slipping photos in and then, you know, filling things out and blah, blah, blah. So I did that. I started off doing weekly. And then I kind of started decorating each of the little, you know, you drop in a card, but I'd be decorating each card. And now basically what I'm making is 3 or 4 different mini scrapbook pages. And then I'm like, well, why are you doing that if you could just, you know, scrapbook a page and then it'd be 1 page rather than, you know, taking double the time. That's 4. I'm like, see, this is why talking and measuring doesn't work for me. Let me get these out of the way. So the reason I didn't use this one is because it's cut in the wrong direction to be a 12 by 12. So if I cut it so you get the multiple stripe, it wouldn't be long enough. Now I could probably work around it, but as I've mentioned before, I am lazy. You guys are quiet tonight. Actually, my dogs are, well, they're ready to be fed, and it's 5:51 here. They get fed at 6:30. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're always ready to be fed, but I'm moving around, which makes them think I'm getting up to feed them. Oh, I forgot I'm going to ink them up. Sometimes I scare myself. So they are dancing back and forth between the kitchen and the living room, thinking, you know, she's sitting up very tall. Is she going to get up? And the answer is no. My nephew is going to feed you. I love when I do these lives and I choose to do something that is A, mind-numbingly boring, and B, takes a little bit of time. So that's always super fun. The cool thing is I am fully vaccinated as of Saturday. So I am going on Sunday over to my grandparents' house. I saw them on Mother's Day, but I had to wear a mask because one of my aunts isn't vaccinated and I wasn't vaccinated. So my grandmother is not in frail health, but not in the best of health. She's fully vaccinated, but I just felt more comfortable wearing a mask. So I will tell you, I probably mentioned this before. I think I've done layouts about it before. When my nephew was young, like 9, 8, I don't remember exactly. I'd have to go back and look it up. It was Mother's Day. And, you know, I had taken him to get his mother a gift and a card. And, you know, I don't know if we got like a cake or something. I don't remember. And he asked, when is Rachel's day? And because to him, I'm another parent figure, you know. And I mean, I guess we could have celebrated National Aunts Day or whatnot. But what my housemate and my nephew decided to do is the Sunday after Mother's Day is declared Rachel's Day, and we basically celebrate it like Mother's Day, where I get a gift and food of my choosing. My favorite meal happens to be crab legs, so they got crab legs from a local fishmonger person, And they also bought steak. I don't eat steak, but they were inviting my stepfather over, and he doesn't touch seafood, so they made steak, and my nephew bought me this beverage warmer, which works quite well, so that was super sweet of him. He gets really excited to buy gifts now because he has a job and can pay for things himself. And sometimes his mother gets mad at him, like, honey, that's something, you can just come to me and I will pay for that. If it's, well, like today he bought himself new Vans shoes. Now that's a frivolous thing. Not frivolous, like oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? I disapprove of the purchase, just meaning he doesn't need the new shoes. The boy has a lot of shoes. A lot of Vans, I should say. No one's talking at all, and I'm just not sure if I'm not seeing it or if everyone's just super quiet. So hang on, let me get out of YouTube and get back in. Okay, no, so we're good. I was like, everyone is so quiet. But Danny finally said it was a want. Right, it was a want, not a need. So, like, he needed new work shoes because he stands. And so my housemate bought him new work shoes. And he was going to try to buy them himself. And he needs, like, the really good for your feet type shoes because he stands for, like, 8 hours at a time. No. You guys don't have to apologize. I just was making, it was just so, okay, it was just quiet and I was concerned that my chat had stopped working, that was all. You guys can be as quiet as you want and I will natter on. That has never stopped me before. So, we had crab legs and they ate steak, and then my housemate asked me what I wanted for dessert, and I'm like, I want chocolate cream pie because I haven't had that in a while. And I usually say cake because my go-to is cake. But, I think I'm not going to do the striped ones. I like them a little cleaner. Oopsie. There we go. Hey, Julie. No, it's like I said, it's totally fine. I was just concerned that I had inadvertently managed to turn off the chat or something. So my nephew works at Panera and he really likes his job, and it was nice because for the summer they could give him the maximum part-time hours. So because he works 2 jobs during the school year, he works on campus and then he works at Panera. But he only works at Panera like 16 to 20 hours a week. And then he works another 6 or 7 each week at one of the centers in his school. So, that obviously ended when the semester ended. So I said, look, I would love to be able to financially support you to the point where you could just keep your 16 to 20 hour part-time job and be good with that. But the fact of the matter is, you need to pay for your gas and you need to pay for your books. So you need to make more money than 20 hours a week provides you. And I said, if Panera can provide you with that, that's fine. But if they can't give you those hours, and the fact of the matter is, if you want to work and you're willing to work for a minimum wage and you're just looking for summer, you can get a job currently in Connecticut. Like, you could, like, if you leaned out your house and shouted, I need a part-time summer job, you'd have like 5 people pulling in your driveway. So, but they said just open up your schedule and we'll give you the hours. So, but he says, he has learned more. And he's worked in he worked for a grocery store, and then he worked over Christmas, he worked at Kohl's as just a temporary thing. And he's like, You know, he's like, I thought the people like shopping at Kohl's was weird, but because it was, you know, more pandemic-y, I guess there weren't as many people in the store. So he did a lot of the the drive up delivery. So he just brings stuff out to people's cars. But now he's like, you know, people are weird. People are rude. He's like, he's had more people complain about the price of their food. And I'm like, if you think it's expensive, you think it's expensive. You know, he can't really do anything about it. He's like, I literally have nothing to do with the pricing. Oh my gosh, I try to do that and then it flips back over. Super fun. He's like, I literally have nothing to do with the pricing of the food. And they're grown-ups. They know the person standing behind the register, you know, isn't responsible for the pricing for the national chain that is Panera. We have two in our town. But my nephew actually doesn't work at that one. He works at the one close to his school, because he knew starting in the fall, they'd be going back to school. And it's actually closer to where we're moving to. Yes, we still haven't moved, in case anyone is wondering. It is going to be the literally 1 year from when we were supposed to move until when we will actually be moving. If anyone wants the shortened version, basically we were supposed to move last July. The people who were there asked for a 1 month extension, and we were like, yeah, fine, whatever. The landlord asked us because we were fine where we are, and that was a week before the 1st of July. On the 4th of July, they set the house on fire, and I not even joking. They go to trial like in a month. So because it was a crime scene, it took a while for that to be released. And then if anyone has tried to renovate and or build anything during this time of COVID, you know, it's like pulling teeth to get workers to come out and get supplies that don't cost an arm and a leg. And so what's left now is baseboards, doors, door trim, and the one upstairs bathroom. There are 2 upstairs bathrooms. One upstairs bathroom needs to be finished. He needs to add the toilet and the vanity. So, but yeah, so we should, barring anything else or any other delays, we should be moving in July. But yeah, no, so the reason we found this place was, it's a triplex, but the way it's built, we don't have any walls that are up against other houses and stuff, so that's really nice. But a woman who is living there happens to be an old acquaintance of my housemates. And, you know, when we put out that we were looking for a new place to live, she's like, oh, my landlord, the people who live in the bigger part of the house, because she's a single woman, so she just has one of the smaller it's not an apartment, it's like its own little in-law suite. They are moving. So here's the thing, the people who were arrested for doing this, the reason they were there is because their own house that they owned also had a fire. So take that for what it is. So she said, you know, the people next door are going to be moving back to their house soon. So let me talk to my landlord. And he, but so before it was going to be even put on the thing, which saves him a lot of money, we snatched the apartment up because, and it really was perfect. And we don't have to leave the place we're at. So it made, knowing we had been looking and what was out there, and there was really nothing out there. I'm going to have to replace the little foam thingy for that. That is old, and it is starting to really fall apart. Okay, so let's put those over here, and let's get this back in place. make sure everyone can see everything, make sure my pages are lined up. Right, it's like, what can happen in 2020 to Miss Rachel? Because it'd be crazy. And it's like, we're not bad people. We really aren't. Oy vey. But yeah, so anyway, the woman who is the acquaintance of my housemate, she actually has to testify against these people because of things she saw and things she noticed and stuff like that the night of. So she actually has to testify. I'm like, oh my God, I've never testified for anything. So the one time I got called for jury duty, well, I've been called for jury duty twice. The first time I sat in a room and watched The Sixth Sense, and then we were all released at noon because they found the jury and they didn't have any more cases that day. And then I was called one time, but I had moved. And so when I called them and said, I just moved to where I currently live, and they went, okay, we'll mark you as, you don't have to come in. Because I was no longer a resident of the county that I had gotten the jury summons for. And then I got called for jury duty at the, I need to trim this, in our capital city. So it's like superior jury duty, something like that. I don't remember what it's called exactly. But I shouldn't have cut it from there. I should have cut it from here. I'd be a dork. And when I got in, they're like, there are 2 court cases. I was number 15. I was going to be on a jury. There was, I've screwed up the staying photo. There, that should do it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I was number 15, and there were going to be 2 12-person juries chosen. And I'm a state employee, and they like state employees because no one can say they aren't getting paid because you're getting paid. Yeah, so that is not going to be equal. That's fine. So I was like resigning myself to the fact that unless by some strange reason I knew someone who was, part of the court system, I was going to be on a jury. And it's not like I have an issue with being on a jury. I don't. It was just really bad timing, but nothing like where I could claim a hardship. So we get in and we start watching the videos of how to be a good juror and blah, blah, blah. And the woman stops the video and she's like, you guys are not going to believe this, and this never happens, but both trial cases just settled. So y'all are free to go, and you have fulfilled your jury duty for, I don't know how long it is. I don't know if it's a year or 3 years, something like that. And we're kind of like, oh, okay. No, this goes this way. Okay, now let's get this side. Yeah, so this was in January of this year. It can't have been that cold because, hang on, let me scooch that up so I can see where it's going to hit. So I want it to match up in the center since I've got these going. I mean, I assume it was cold because it was January, but I can't imagine, like, my nephew isn't like, although I should say, he goes camping with his best friend's family because if anyone has ever listened to me, I don't do dirt and I don't sleep on the ground. So, yeah, these don't line up. That's okay. My photos never line up because I always end up having to trim one to fit. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to flip out. For me, nothing, almost nothing ever actually lines up for me. So I take my lumps and line up as I can. Oh, that's upside down. So Gillette Castle's really cool. When it's not a pandemic, you can go inside and tour the inside. It's very gothic. It was owned by someone Gillette. I can't remember his name. William? I don't remember. He was an actor. He was famous for playing Sherlock Holmes in the movies. So they actually have like actors who dress up as, gosh, do they dress up as Sherlock Holmes? No, I think they dress up as Gillette and his wife. It's been a few years since I've gone, to be completely honest. Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't have any cops. Well, I mean, like my stepfather's cousin is married to a cop, but that's the extent of my family members being police officers. No firemen, no town officials in my family. So I don't have any of those excuses to say, sorry, I can't really do it. And as they said, they love state employees because no one can complain about getting paid. There it is. I'm like, where's the striped one? So the other day I was scrapbooking and I was talking to friends on Zoom, and I'd finished my scrapbooking page. So I have this Simple Stories card kit that I got from my old scrapbook store. It's right here. Actually, I'll show you. So everything is already cut apart. You just have to like you just have to take, follow the steps. So there's like 6 steps for this one. I know it's upside down, but you get the point. And so you just, glue the paper layer, then you glue the second paper layer, then you add the little chipboard pieces, and you can add your own enamel dots or Nouveau drops or whatnot. And Simple Stories has them, and Photoplay Paper has them. And I love them because I love making cards and sending cards, but I am not a card maker or a good card maker. Speaking of good card makers, that is Miss Danny. She makes amazing cards. And so sorry, I'm just thinking about, but I think I'm just going to do 2 stripes down here. I cut more stripes than I knew I needed. Let me trim that off. Yeah, so I don't have anyone like that, Julie. My family tends to work in investments or insurance. Well, my grandfather owned a liquor store, but that hasn't gotten anyone out of anything ever. Fun story is true. And just in case you ever wanted to know, if you have a scratch off lotto ticket that's a winner, make sure you fill out your name and phone number on the back, because if your state has extra money from uncollected winnings, they held drawings. And my grandfather, I'm going to add one more just to this side, and then I'm going to match up the 2 on this side. My grandfather used to bring anyone who didn't fill it out. So if the thing was empty, he would put them in a container and he'd bring them home, and we would spend the evening filling out lotto ticket things with his name. And he actually won like $5,000 one year. So it does happen. Too happy. That's okay. Jury's still out. Wendy? It's been a while since I've done these, so I think I'm going to go a little higher. And that way, I might see if I can tuck. We'll see if I did this too close. Oh, no, I did not do it too close to the end. Okay, cool. We're gonna add glue and we're just gonna tuck it under. If I'm doing stripes, I want to do stripes all the way across. I don't want to do them, you know, where they're partially and then they end. Because I'm a weird. I don't think that's super weird. I just think, you know, slightly anal maybe. Ah! Come on, you can do it. Here we go. All right, let's get these lined up. I like things to be symmetrical. Let's go with that. My dogs are getting to the point where they are staging a sit-in that they want to be fed. They, in fact, still have 15 minutes. And it's so funny because my friend was saying, why don't you just feed them more early if they're being annoying? I'm like, because then they'll know that works. It's like small children. If you give into the tantrum in Target, look forward to 15 years of tantrums. We literally once left an entire cart of clothes in a Target shopping cart because, okay, bye, Jessica. Yes, it was super warm in Connecticut. It was, I think the high was 87. But this is the last day of that. So it was like that. What are we at? We're at Wednesday. So Tuesday and Monday was not cold, but it was like mid 60s. Sunday and Saturday, it was hot, like 93, 92. But then we head over to Memorial Day weekend and we're barely gonna hit the 60s. And it's like, great. That's super fun to know. I'm like, where did I put my ATG? So the good news is once I do this part, which is taking forever, the rest should not take too long at all. Because, you know, as boring as this can be, it will be, I don't do journaling on screen. So there, you don't have to worry about me doing that. Okay. So the bottom half is done. So this doesn't completely line up, but it's close enough. If anyone is seriously taking that close a look at my scrapbook pages to notice that one stripe is 1/16 inch smaller than the other, I'm going to call them a loser, and that will be that. Got some glue sticking out there. Yeah, so we are not having a good Memorial Day because my housemate had said, hey, maybe we should head down to the beach. We won't go in the water here in May because it's in the water, it's still January. So, but, all right, so let's get this. Let's get these down. And that's originally, I was thinking I would do thicker stripes because it would be easier to run my ATG without getting stuff on the end, but I just didn't like the look of it. So we'll go for the more difficult but more aesthetically pleasing to me currently, thinner stripes. Okay. I'm going to do the darker turquoise if I can turn over the correct one. There, no, that's not it. Oh, there, oh my gosh, it's like literally right here. And then there's the other one. Jeepers creepers. Okay. Oh, I don't need the other one because it's not going to continue. Whoopsie. Gotta scoop this way. And there's one stuck underneath. And that is tilting down. There we go. It's a little tilty up, but that's fine. And then we'll do a yellow. Hi, Rebecca. That's one way to get yourself through the gym. I am not up to the gym yet. I am still doing physical therapy. But I like to walk. And the good thing is the new place when we move is 3 doors down from a park that has a walking track. So I will be able to do a nice long walk. It's so funny because someone, you know, we had said that, my housemate and I had a conversation, and with someone else. And she's like, oh, you'll be able to take the dogs for a walk. And I'm like, no, Sadie is 19. Her idea of his walk is, okay, I've pooped. Let's go back to the house. So, yeah, we don't tend to take, and Archie actually does not enjoy a walk because he wasn't brought up with them. Where he lived with my housemate's mother, sticky. I'm going to take that one out, and I'm going to take this one out because those are going to be the extras where they didn't light up. And that was Miss Sadie. Someone is walking by, so I apologize. I'm sorry, you guys aren't seeing this because I'm off screen. I'm just running the HEG along the thing. I mean, it's not really rocket science. So there we go. 3 more to go. We'll get this one done. What do we have an extra of? I only need 2 of these, so we have an extra of that one. Oh, and I need that. Ah. Oh, you can't get him to go in the... Wow, he wants the walk. Yeah, or I tried to take Archie for a walk, and he did both his businesses, and then he starts to go back towards the house, and I'm like, no, we're gonna go for a walk. And he looked at me like I had 2 heads. Okay. Yeah, it's super warm here, and everything is quite sticky, so all my paper keeps sticking to me. But luckily, this is the last day of this. And the thing is like, I don't mind this weather in August, where it belongs. But it's a bit obnoxious in May, I will not lie. Oh, speaking of August, for those of you who are a member of the My Little Scrapbook store online Facebook group, sorry, I'm trying to clean up and I can't think of words. Look towards August for our next online crop. Won't tell you what we're going to be doing, but it should be a lot of fun. We've started the planning already. We may be a little crazy. We're not doing anything crazy or anything like that. We're just, you know, a lot of us are planners, you know. So let me trim that off, and then this is done, and I really actually like it. I was kind of like, am I gonna even like this? You know, I'm trying to stick with the sketch, sort of at least, not just completely messing the sketch up. So, for those of you who don't know, I tend to only do double pages when I have enough photos for double pages. So I normally do a 1-page, usually 60% one photo, and then, sorry, I just read Rebecca's post about getting other dogs to pee in their yard, so Junior will pee in their yard. That made me laugh. I usually do 1 pages, 60% of the time they are like 1 photo, and then 40% of the time they are 2 photo. All right, alpha title time. You know what I think I like? I think I like Today. Today, and then I'm thinking Today we Explore. Now the only thing, I'm just trying to make sure nothing goes over where it's the same color, but the yellow here is at the top and then the aqua here is at the bottom. So I think we're gonna be good. Yeah, so we haven't decided what weekend in August it will be. We have narrowed it. We were considering July or August, and then now we've narrowed it to August. And so what I'm going to do, I don't know. I don't want to cover up the sun, so I don't want to do it on the photo. So I think I'll bring the other one down here, maybe? I'm going to think on that. While I do, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. It also happens to be my birth month. And heaven hopes I will be in a new house, because I am sick and tired of this. I gotta tell you. But if anyone has tried to look for something new, that they didn't start doing something before the pandemic, no. Oh, there's arrows on here too, so I'm gonna leave this out because the idea is arrows. So now normally this is something I cut out of my videos, doing the alphas, because I find it to be mind-numbingly boring when I watch it back on video. But when I do it live, I can't do anything about it. Now, so what I'm thinking is, obviously I'm not going to use the purple. Oh, if I put it right on the yellow stripe, I won't be able to use the yellow. But I think I like that. Or I could do it right at the bottom and then put a sticker. I think I like it better on the yellow better. All right, so this comes from the Let's Stay Home collection, which is funny because it's another quarantine collection. And these are a stiffy, that's appropriate there. It's a stiffer puffy sticker than, so it's not like when you try to pull it off, it doesn't stretch, which is nice. Now I have to remember how to spell explore. I wonder if you can see the yellow on here. Oh, it's actually lighter, and you can. Because I already can't use the purple because there's no purple in here, so I didn't necessarily, EXP, I didn't necessarily want to have two colors be out of context. No, that's not the word I wanted. Out of competition, or, not being able to use it. EXPL. As you can tell, I'm a super good speller. Explore is just not a word I spell all that often. Oh, I've got a skin issue on my thumb, and it keeps going over the edge of where my thumbnail is because I had to cut my thumbnail down because I cracked my thumbnail, and now it just annoys me all the time. All the time. I didn't want to do the letters where it was pink, green, blue, yellow, pink. I mean, sometimes I like that. I just didn't want that for this particular one. So, I just want it so it's a nice mix. All right, and I would normally go with the green, but I already chose a green. Oh, there is another green E. I didn't think there'd be another one, but there was. There we go. Okay. I got these from Michelle at my little scrapbook store not that long ago, the puffy stickers. So if it's something you want, I think she might still have them in the store. All right, let's move on to embellishing. Oh, one thing I know she has is the Art Glitter clear glue, and I didn't lose. I dropped it and it rolled under the couch. And I've mentioned before that I'm lazy and I just haven't had a chance to go under the couch and find my little needle thingy that goes in here. So when I use my clear glue, I will have to take the precision top off and try to, you know, manage to glue stuff down without gluing my fingers on them. Now in here, she had the title moved over with some embellishments next to it. I'm just going to do some embellishments right here and then down here and then a little bit down here and a little bit up here. So let's start with some stickers because they are flat. So we'll choose January because it was January. Yes, it is a lovely collection. It's got nice colors, and I like how they matched up the quarantine collection with the Hello Today one. Ooh, there's an arrow sticker. Let's go up here with that. And there's some more arrows, so that's what and I like this. Perfect typewriter thingy. I know typewriter doesn't make sense for a walk outdoors, but I like the perfect. And I need one more sticker. I don't think I need a globe. I don't want flowers. I think I'll go with the good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. And we'll just put that right there. Okay, I think I'm good with stickers. Thanks, Pam. And now let me get my wood veneer and my, there we go. Oy vey. There we go. All right. So I've got the circle down there. So I want to make another circle element. Trying to grab a foam dot, or it's not a dot, it's a square. So I think I'll put that up there. That makes sense to me. And then we'll do the big ones down here, pointing towards part of the title, and then the smaller one up here pointing to the other part of the title. Or maybe I'll pull them over here. What do you guys think? On the left or on the right? So I'll put two on the left and one on the right. And you tell me, where do you guys think I should put it? Because I don't actually know. So you think two on one side and one on the other? Left. All right, let me move all three over here. Oh, I do like that. Now that I've got all three over there. All right, I think that's what we're gonna go with. Oh, there they are. I'm like, I had more stuff. Where did it go? And that's constantly my life. So you've got that cork arrow there. And I think I'll add another one up here. I like to use multiple of the same in different embellishment clusters. I don't have to have the same thing in every cluster, but like I like having like arrows and then circular elements. And what I think I'll do is I've got this whoopsie green circle, and I think I'll bring this over here for my journaling, which I will not do on camera. You guys have sat through enough boring stuff. Jeepers creepers. And then let me look at these chipboard pieces. Don't want, well, no, there's a light pink. But I don't think you and me, that's not quite the thing I'm going for. They have friendship, friends, but I don't think that's the right color for that. Oh, yeah, I like it. It's got some, okay. All right, we're gonna do friends in this kind of rose color. I love these, but they fall out and they drive me crazy. And then let's do a couple of these are very romantic-y, but it's kind of funny because if you took them as non-romantic-y, it would totally work for them. Oh, I think I like Have a Happy Day. Of course, I like the ones that are at the top where it's a pain in the butt to try to get them out, and then all the other ones fall out, which is super fun to try to see what the heck they say. What does this one say? We are happy. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. We are happy. Because they are. They were happy to get out of the house and go outside, even though it was January. Okay. Some of the freckled fawn, I'm gonna, if I can pull it back up, I will add more glue. Because some of the freckled fawn sticks really well, and some of it just does not stick at all. So it's like, make up your mind. All right, bye, Danny. All right, that's gonna, I think I'll actually will add that there. Ugh, things are, it is so warm here, I can't even tell you. Super warm. Okay. My nephew came down to feed the dogs. They are excited. Luckily, this dries super duper clear and matte, so if it squidges out, you don't have to worry about it. Bye, Danny. Sorry, apparently gluing means I have to pay strict attention, so I get very quiet. But we are almost done since I'm not doing any journaling on screen. I don't want to add any misting or anything, simply because I've got so many photos. I would be afraid it would just be too much because I've got so many tiny embellishment clusters going on. I would just be concerned about pulling too much from the photos. And I always say the last thing I want to do is pull attention from the photos. I definitely just want to enhance the photos. And it's funny because I honestly didn't, I was, you know, concerned that I would really just, ooh, I hate when I do something like that. It's so sticky here, I pulled it back up with my fingers because I pushed it down. Okay, there we go. All right. Let me just move this out of the way. Whoa. You see more with my with the live camera versus the just videotape camera. I mean, I'm using my phone, but the live video gives you a wider view. Here, let me push this up so you can actually see the bottom. But that is my completed layout. I will take photos, have it up on the My Little Scrapbook pages. Once this processes, I will have all the links for the Facebook groups as well as the store. And I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget, if you want to do the online crop for May, for National Scrapbooking Day, you do still have until May 31st. You can go to the link, or you can just, if you go to Facebook, just type in My Little Scrapbook Store. It should pop up. You want the one that says online crops, you can join it. And if you want to enter any of the challenges, you absolutely can. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. Goodbye, everybody.